By the way, you're on.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you tonight from Lincoln High School Big Gym for this section matchup. The Mohawk Lady Warriors are here at Ellwood City to take on our Ellwood City Lady Wolverines. Great night as we start off this new year. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst, Dakota Marshall running the camera for this team. The Warriors coming in with a record of 3-5, 2-1 in section play. The Wolverines 5-4, 1-2 in section play. We're going to have the national anthem and tip-off forthcoming. And there you have it, folks, our Star Spangled Banner as we get our first game of 2025.
Whew, that is a nice ring to it.
It does. And we'll move on here. Yep. And a whole lot of action coming up. First off, Brad, here's the starting lineup.
Yep, for the visiting Mohawk Warriors, 3-5, 2-1 in section play. A big matchup here. Leading us off will be number 24, the freshman forward, Madeline Crawford. And sophomore forward, number 14, Gianna Pizzolo. The junior forward. That'll be number 0, the junior forward, Reagan Magno. Junior guard, number 5, McKenna Stewart. And finally, senior guard, number 21, Delaney Harmon. The head coach is Lindsay Bell, and this is her first year coaching. Assistant coaches are Natalie Murillo and Brooke Knox.
Now for the starting lineup for the Ellwood City Lady Wolverines. Number 11, sophomore forward, Lena Lucarelli.
Senior guard,
number 2, Caitlin Kreitzer with 3.2 assists and averaging 11.2, 8 points per game. Next up, senior Delaney Sturgeon, averaging 15.3 points a game, 6.8 rebounds. Number 23, she's a senior, Kayla Jones, averaging 13.1 points per game, 3.2 rebounds. Next up is LC Sturgeon, averaging 6 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, being the big gal underneath the hoop. Wolverines by first-year coach Chris Wise. 2 first-year coaches tonight in this matchup, Brad.
Yep. And the head coach there for the Mohawk Warriors, that's Lindsay Bell. She came over from Westminster College and taking on a big role. And I tell you what, she's been feeling it pretty darn good. A team that, this is a big matchup for both teams for that matter, but a 2-1 record in section play for Mohawk. A big win against Stowe Rocks, and that was led by McKenna Stewart. And I know, Thad, you've got the stats in front of you. You've got 11 points, 17, 18, 9, and they're in different games. So kind of like the Wolverines, it's kind of like the next man up situation because if you count it, only 11 players on that roster.
Yep, and only 8 on the Wolverines. So, and tip-off is taken by Ellwood City and Delaney Sturgeon. Want to go down around the point guard to Caitlin Kreitzer. As I said, a big section matchup here tonight. Remember, 5 of the top 8 teams go, so every game is important. Shot there by Caitlin Kreitzer does not go. Rebounded there by one of the Warriors, number 21, Delaney Harmon. Harmon now with the ball. Dribbles around there, gets in the hands of Pizzolo. Pizzolo, you'll see her in the softball field this spring. Lost the ball there, stolen by Caitlin Kreitzer. She's got a breakaway and puts it up and in. Points off of turnovers to start the game. 2-0 for the Wolverines. Now bringing up the court is Pizzolo. Pizzolo dribbled around her, guarded there by Kreitzer.
In fact,
Kreitzer covered like a blanket.
This is going to be one of those keys games. I think the one advantage here tonight is going to be the Wolverines' point guard position.
Yep, and there's another steal, and did not call a walk there. I would have, but either way, Lena Lucarelli passes it down there to Delaney. Turnaround jump shot off her elbow. No foul called. Pizzolo with the rebound coming the other way. Followed there by Elsie Sturgeon. Delaney Sturgeon tries to get the steal, and who ends up with the rebound is Elsie Sturgeon. Rips it away from there into the hands of Kayla Jones coming up far side. Making her way, goes down there, wants to put up, and kiss the glass up and in. 2 points for the senior Kayla Jones. Kayla Jones sitting there with 876 points in her high school career. Bounce pass underneath backdoor, cut up and in. Nice pass there as Magno, the junior, gets the first points for the Warriors.
Yeah, good look there by Pizzolo. That backdoor cut was there.
Yep, nice assist for Pizzolo to start things off to get on the board.
Both teams playing man-to-man here.
Almost. Three by Jones. Off the front of the rim, does not go. Lucarelli reaches for it, and it goes off of Delaney Sturgeon's fingertips, and will now be Mohawk ball with Harmon inbounding. Pizzolo brings it up the court. Pizzolo, just a sophomore out there, drives down there, fakes the three, moves it around there, covered by Kreitzer, stolen by Caitlin. Breakaway point down the lane. She comes with the left hand, puts it up and in. It's good. 4 of the 6 Wolverine points are breakaway points by Caitlin Kreitzer.
Oh, they're going to call a carry.
Yep.
And I tell you what, that's what we like to see right off the bat. Not necessarily turnovers, but the easy points for the Wolverines tonight.
Well, they're right now, Caitlin Kreitzer defensively is just being
Locked
a nuisance to whoever has the ball for the Lady Warriors. Now Caitlin comes down, gets a screen by Elsie Sturgeon. Bounce pass underneath
Nice
to Kayla
look.
Jones. Wants to turn around, jump it. Now Kreitzer with the ball. Goes down to baseline, underneath, kicks it. And stolen there. Bad pass. Magno gets the ball. Throws it down there to Stewart. Bounces and stolen there. I guess Caitlin ends up with it. Delaney bounce pass, puts it up and counted. It's good. Delaney gets on the board. It's 8-2. Transition buckets there. Is that what you call that, Brad?
Yep, absolutely.
I'm trying to watch
Defense
a
for
little bit of
offense.
basketball here.
Yep, defense for offense.
And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Bell for that full timeout. Brad, I just want to talk about the Mohawk Ellwood City dynamic here. I know Ellwood City got that rivalry with Riverside, but I would have to say in the last 7 years that I've been working with you doing this, 5 years for basketball, that rivalry between Mohawk, we've seen some pretty awesome basketball and football.
Yep.
Over time, I still think the COVID year, what was that? The Mohawk girls team that year was probably the best girls basketball team I've ever broadcast.
And I'll add to it, if it's not red and green on the field, not red and green. If it's not green and blue on the field, it is blue and red. And if it's not Neshannock, it's Mohawk.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you go back to last year's boys basketball games. We're going to be covering the Mohawk game. We played them 3 times last year in the boys' side of things in 3 games. All were historic.
Yeah.
Joseph Roth scored all them tons of points in one game. We had a state quarterfinal game against them up at Newcastle. I remember going up there, and I've come to really just love when I see Mohawk on the schedule. I put an asterisk beside that because I can't wait to go broadcast those games.
And I tell you what, it is a home game for Ellwood, but give credit, Mohawk is here. And if there's a game, they're going to turn out.
They travel. For sure. I would say the 2 best teams that travel in our county are Laurel and Mohawk.
Agreed.
And they do it well. Pizzolo now with the ball. Wants to drive down there, kicks it out there to Stewart. Stewart now back out to Magno. Harmon goes down the baseline, blocked there, and swatted away. Elsie Sturgeon ends up with it. Caitlin Kreitzer does a little nifty move up, and she's going to be fouled. Shot don't go, but applaud the effort. 8-2 here, not quite halfway through the first period of play. Magno picks up her first in team's first. I'm going to say at this point of the game, the officials are letting them play. Couple times there. First shot by Kreitzer. Oh, uses all the rim and gets her to go through the cylinder for the score. Second shot forthcoming by Kreitzer. Off the front of him, don't go, and who ends up with it is Crawford of Mohawk. Into the hands of Pizzolo. Up the court she comes. Gets a screen there. Wanted to do the pick and roll, but was well covered. Oh, nice nifty move there, but shot don't go, and who ends up with it? They're going to say off of White, so Mohawk will maintain possession. Was that shot taken by Harmon?
Magno,
okay.
Yep. Yeah, Magno, it's a sneaky frame there. She's got to be 5'11", 6 foot.
She's definitely the tallest person out there, and there's going to be a foul there on Ellwood City. And Delaney Harmon is going to go to the line. I think the Delaney Harmon just may have celebrated a birthday here in the last day or two.
I believe you are correct.
So, first shot by Delaney is good. I think I saw that on Facebook. So, I'm thinking of New Year's Eve, baby. 18 years ago, that is. So, Harmon now with the second shot. Nothing but net. It's good. So, quick inbound pass there. Bit of a full court press. They kind of call it off. Picked up there by Kreitzer. Gets it over to, how do you not call an up and down on that? So, there's the hands of Caitlin Kreitzer. That's just not very, and Delaney Harmon got the rebound, and I think they're going to get Delaney Sturgeon on the reach-in foul. So that'll be her first, team second.
And unfortunately, it's one of those 93-foot fouls that you don't want necessarily. You want to be aggressive on that rebound, but at some point you got to say,
once you know
back
they
off.
got it, you got to back off.
Yep.
Wolverines putting a bit of a press on. And zeroing down through that is Pozzolo. Bounce pass underneath. Shot is short by Magno. This shot goes up. Nothing but net by Pozzolo. Gets in the hands of Delaney Sturgeon. Delaney wants to drive. Gets down the baseline, pulls it back out. Going to launch up a three off the side of the rim. Oh, it does good. I thought she missed that. It hit the rim. So Delaney gets the three. Yep. She's got 5 points. She's got 5 of the Wolverines' 12. There's a shot. Nothing but net by Pozzolo. And a nice stroke by Pozzolo to answer.
And now it's the run and gun show.
Boy. Coast to coast, up high off the glass. And the Elsie Sturgeon almost had it. Pozzolo, we got run and gun going here. Bounce pass underneath to Magno. Fakes the pump, puts it up and good. And just like that, it's 12-11. Kreitzer now. She's got to quit trying to do too much. So she is going to be fouled. That'll be Mohawk's second. And Gianna Pozzolo picks up her first foul. Kreitzer now surveys. Puts it out there to Kayla Jones. Jones underneath to Delaney. Puts it up, kiss the glass. Puts it up and in underneath. And the Wolverines have size advantage when you get Delaney underneath there, and they got to utilize that more to pull away from this game. Pozzolo now bounces around there, picked up by Delaney. Stolen by Delaney Sturgeon, puts it up, and it's good. Delaney with all of a sudden 9 points in about the last 3 minutes of play. 16-11, the Wolverines. Pozzolo up with the ball. Met there by Kreitzer. Throws it out there to Crawford. Crawford goes around there and on the line. Valiant effort by Magno to try to save that ball. Another turnover for the Warriors. As number 3 now checks in, Jade Harmon. And who went out? I'm not sure. Magno went out, I believe. So Caitlin Kreitzer now bringing up the ball. Meets some resistance there. Gets a screen underneath to Kayla Jones. Jones wants to dribble down to the baseline. Wisely kicks it back out to Kreitzer. Drives down the lane. Awkward shot. Doesn't go very far. Who gets the ball is Crawford. Now Pozzolo trying to bring it up the court. Bounce pass to Harmon, who just checked in. And who ends up with it? Pozzolo from about 14 feet off the glass. Does not go. Kicks it back out there to Pozzolo. Mazzolo dribbling around, trying to set up an offensive play. Coach Chris Wise giving direction over there. There's a three by Mazzolo, or by Jade Harmon. Kayla Jones gets the rebound. Delaney Sturgeon with another three off the back of the rim, hits the backboard. They count it. Elsie Sturgeon fights for the rebound and puts it back up and in. Something we don't say enough is offensive rebounds, but we say it on that one for Elsie Sturgeon.
Yeah, last game out, she had, I think, 8 and 6 or something like that for a total of 14 rebounds.
Yep, we didn't even really get into what. Oh, get that shot out of here, says Caitlin Kreitzer. Wolverines, their last win was against Shenango at the Shenango tournament. They won that game, mercied that game if I recall.
Yep, 59-23.
Sadly, they got mercied the night before by Laurel.
A team that they went and beat by 32 2 weeks prior.
Yes.
What a weird situation.
Yes, it was. Far pass over there, Pizzolo, 40 seconds remaining.
But I tell you what, better start tonight.
Yep. Shots are falling. There's a shot by Harmon, does not go. Rebound. A nice rebound by Magno. Right now, Mohawks being somewhat impressive on the rebounding underneath. Kreitzer now with 20 seconds remaining. Goes under there. Lobbed the pass to Delaney. She chases it down, gets it out to Kayla Jones for three. Drains it, it's good. Kayla Jones makes the score 21-13. Probably seen more three balls tonight than we have all season by the Wolverines, or percentage shooting wise. Blocked again there by Kreitzer on the shot attempt. And at the end of one, it's 21-13 in favor of the Wolverines. As I said, folks, we'll be back here again tomorrow night for a boys section matchup as the Mohawk Warriors basketball team and a pretty good basketball team come into town.
Yep. They're ranked 4th overall by Trib, 3rd overall in Whippeal standings in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and then basically it's a 1-2 punch in the 3A standings. Aliquippa is ranked 11th overall in the entire state of Pennsylvania, and number 12 is Mohawk. So
wow.
Some big names there, and got to give credit to that Mohawk team. They've been playing Kiski, big games across the board. Schedule is pretty darn good.
I appreciate that from the athletic director and the coach to say, okay, we're going to see what we're made of on these non-section games, and went after some big.
Right.
That record, yeah, everybody wants to be perfect, but it's a whole lot better to be perfect in section than you are.
Right. And not to jump ahead, we haven't talked about it just yet because they've only played 6 games. That Aliquippa team, they did get defeated by that Mentor Ohio team, but that Mentor team, it is nationally ranked team. They're in the top 25 in max preps, and I tell you what, they beat. I never heard this score line before.
Yeah,
they beat a team 115-83.
Oh, got the charge there by Pizzolo as Mohawk had the possession arrow, and that's going to be
on Stewart.
On Stewart, yes. On Jade's. Boy, I'm sorry. I know too many of these families, but I don't know their daughters. It's messing me up a little bit.
Well, just like Ellwood, they are a little bit youthful.
Right. Tries to pass it, and she thought Delaney was zigging, and Delaney was zagging. Ball goes out of bounds, a turnover for the Wolverines. So now bringing up the court is Jade Harmon. Kara Kreitzer, who checked in for Lena Lucarelli to start off the second quarter. She picks up her first foul. Team's first. Trying to get it inbounded, and they do to Magno. Bounce pass underneath. Nice, pretty pass. Delaney Sturgeon with the rebound. Got her, Caitlin Kreitzer down there. Gives it chase, puts it up. Counted, it's good. Caitlin Kreitzer gives a little nod to Delaney Sturgeon for finding her on a touchdown pass. Wolverines up by 10, their largest lead of the night. Brings it down the court, and ball goes out of bounds. Delaney Sturgeon kind of kicked her foot out of the way to let it go out of bounds. So here comes Caitlin Kreitzer.
You got Caitlin Kreitzer going to use her leg, and then Delaney not using her leg.
Elsie Sturgeon wants to drive, throws it back to Caitlin Kreitzer. She's going to pull it back out. She wants to drive.
Smart.
We got a pair. Delaney Sturgeon faked the throw. Would have been blocked. She kind of tried to get it over to,
give me the Pitt Panther Steve Young. Give me the pump fake and go to the hoop. You can learn that from Thad.
You can. It'll mean more coming from you than me. So, dads don't know anything. So, Delaney gets the ball inbounded to her cousin Elsie Sturgeon.
I like that.
Elsie down the lane, puts it up, does not get it to go, and who ends up with his Magno? They got numbers on this time. Throws it down there and loses the handle, and Kayla Jones quickly gets there, but throws it. Taken there by Crawford. Now into the hands of Pizzolo. Pizzolo dribbles. Bounce pass underneath and puts it up. And a nice play there. That's 2 times now they've done that as McKenna Stewart gets the score. Wolverines need to find maybe an answer to that. It's a pretty simple play, but they're getting somebody wide open underneath there. Now Kayla Jones. Oh, she had her cutting. Kayla wants to launch the 3 up and count it. It's good. Kayla Jones with her second 3-pointer of the night. She's 2 for 3. Delaney's 1 for 2 from the 3-point land. Now Pizzolo dribbling up the court.
Yeah, she can move to her one leg there. It's going to be a turnover.
And I'm going to give that turnover to Caitlin Kreitzer. She came up as Pizzolo was wanting to hand that ball off and just was disruptive enough that she had to take that extra step.
Yep.
Madeline Crawford checked out.
Delaney Harmon.
Delaney Harmon checks
so it's back to our starting 5 for both teams here.
The Wolverines have 2 sisters on the court and 2 cousins on the court right now. And the Kreitzers and Sturgeons.
And this is something I wanted to ask. Crawford, I know freshman, related to Brandon Crawford, the running back, and the baseball player, I'm assuming?
Okay, yeah.
I believe.
Delaney now fakes that 3 and loses the handle. And down goes Magno, puts it up, and Delaney, nice defensive play to disrupt Magno. I think she was frustrated because she turned that ball over, but not giving up on the play. Hit it out of bounds, out of Magno's hands.
Yeah, and I meant Brandon Crawford, the Mohawk running back a couple years back.
Yep. Oh, and a nice throw there. And McKenna Stewart just got a tap. Says that was on me. I threw it where I thought somebody was going to be, and nobody was there. 26-15. The Wolverines leading here. 5:28 remaining.
It's kind of a weird system right now. Mohawk out rebounding Ellwood, but Ellwood making the shots that need to count.
Kayla Jones puts it down, up, and
Nice.
counted. It's good. She's got 10 points. Wolverines up by 13, 28-15. Now Pizzola, that is Stewart out there running the point. And that's going to be out of bounds. Caitlin Kreitzer once again being disruptive defensively. And Kayla Jones comes to get the ball inbounded. Inbounds it in there to Caitlin Kreitzer. Kreitzer now gets a screen from Elsie Sturgeon. Oh, cute pass up to Kayla Jones. Puts it up.
Nice
there
move.
you go. A nice move in the paint there. Kayla Jones, she's got 12.
And I like where she's been playing. She's been kind of playing underneath that hoop, working from the inside out. That three's working,
Oh, and
too.
a nice steal there by Kreitzer. Oh, stepped on the line.
Oh, so close.
She had Delaney coming down that left wing. They both kind of smile and say, what, coulda, shoulda. So Lena Lucarelli checks back in for Kara Kreitzer.
Yeah.
And
a full timeout, Mohawk.
Okay, so full timeout for the Mohawk Warriors. We'll take a timeout with them.
Oh,
4:35.
30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Well, we'll stay here.
We'll stick around.
Yeah.
Did you have a good we've not done a broadcast since before Christmas. Good Christmas?
Yeah, we did the Christmas tournament there up in Mercer. Had a good time up there. Unfortunately, that first game was that tough. That was that Clarion Limestone team yes, it doesn't feature football, obviously, because we're talking basketball, but they did have a couple of those football players on that team that beat up on South Park 55-0. And I tell you what, they are beasts. Give credit to Clarion Limestone. They got a guy there, and that's Paul Craig. He put up, I think, 24 points or something like that. He could shoot the three-pointer, and there was a moment there. It was real tight, and then all of a sudden they pulled away. And then the nice thing is they came back. Yes, Kennedy Catholic. That's a roster that has turned over pretty hard, but it was nice to see the Wolverines come out, win by 30-some. And the same thing for the girls. They came back and beat a Shenango team. Yes, Shenango was down this year, numbers-wise even, but it was a good, solid 30-point-plus win.
So after the timeout, Pizzolo back out there running the point. Passes it over there to number 3 who checked in, Jade Harmon. And going to be out of bounds. Off. Oh, Mohawk's going to keep possession. I was more asking, like, how was your Christmas Day, your New Year's Eve night?
Very good.
But okay.
It was
okay.
good. It was good. A lot of sports to be had, but it was nice to just sit down and.
Oh, nice steal there by Delaney. Takes it down, puts it up, and count it. It's good. The breakaway points tonight for the Wolverines. If they could do that every night, we're talking about a little different record right now. Pizzolo brings it up. Bounce pass out there to Stewart. Off the rim, don't go. And Magno, not giving up on a play, gets the rebound. There's a shot, air biscuit, and Elsie Sturgeon's going to end up with it. That shot was by Pizzolo. Deep pass down there. Oh, and a way to use your head. And I mean, Delaney saw that coming, and Delaney just got out of the way. Jeez. And whoever it hit off of, it was a good play defensively. They were like that. Yeah. They were like a cornerback underneath to Elsie. Turn around. Oh, off the front of the rim. Don't go. I thought it was money. But Harmon with the rebound. Now here comes Pizzolo. Pizzolo kicks it out there to Jade Harmon. Almost stolen there. And bounce pass underneath. And Magno could not keep her hands on the biscuit. Another turnover for the Warriors.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Warriors, those turnovers are starting to stack up here. And we're looking at ballpark range, 15-some turnovers now all of a sudden.
And I'm going to tell you, the Wolverines have probably scored 20 points off of that.
Exactly.
Nice bounce pass. And, good hustle there by Jade Harmon to get that ball. Throws it down there, and, Magno could not get her hands on it, but Elsie Sturgeon was there. And going to check in for the Wolverines is Jaden Allwine, the freshman guard. And Magno's going to take a seat for Mohawk. Throws it out there, Pizzolo for 3. Air biscuit, don't go. And going to say over the back. Kayla Jones went up there. Them air balls are sometimes the hardest not to go over the back for.
Yep.
I don't care what team you're playing for.
Agreed.
It's a beach ball coming at you, and you just want to run up there and grab it.
So, again, all girls for the Wolverines, all of them right now, other than Kreitzer and Luke Riley. Just one foul. Just one foul.
So, there's number 5 with a shot. Rim don't go. Delaney Sturgeon tries the volleyball spike. Kayla Jones picks it up, and she puts it up and in. Is she getting an assist for that?
I'm going to give it that way.
Okay.
I'm going to give it
here comes Pizzolo. Tries to drive it all the way down there. Gets it in the hands of Jade Harmon. Jade Harmon now. Oh, no. Kreitzer in there, hits it, but it goes out of bounds. (34-15), largest lead for the Wolverines, sitting there at 19 points.
Yeah, big run here, 13-2 so far.
Is that what it is? Stewart now with it. Now throws it out there to Pizzolo. She wants to drive, but pulls it back out. Kayla Jones, wants to go toward it. Jade Allwine gives chase underneath and taken there by Luke Corelli. Into the hands of Kayla Jones. Jones looking down the court, finds Delaney Sturgeon, launches up to 3. Are you kidding me? There's a little fist bump from Kayla Jones to Delaney Sturgeon. Delaney says, hey, thank you for that one. That's what you call a couple girls been playing basketball together a long time. Here's Stewart now, kicks it, launches a shot. Awkward shot by Jade Harmon, and it goes in. She gets 2. 37-17 in favor of the Wolverines with 2 minutes remaining.
And that breaks a 16-2 run. Whew. Wow. That's tough.
But
oh, boy.
Delaney.
Oh.
And a nice play by Stewart to just kind of throw it over her back into the lap of Jade Allwine. There was not much she could do with that.
And I'm wondering if they're going to stay on the line. Yeah, it's going to stay with
Ellwood. It was on the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It was close.
I like the effort and the idea. Elsie Sturgeon checks back in for Jaden Allwine. Inbounding is Kreitzer.
Gotta move. Gotta get it in.
And they do. Into the hands of Elsie. Out to Caitlin Kreitzer. Oh, she stumbled.
Yep.
I think she was in between that. Do I take the three or go down the baseline? And she needed a dribble. So Pizzolo now with the ball. Wolverines up by 20. Oh, a nice pick and roll there. Puts it up. Oh, shot don't go by Pizzolo. Caitlin Kreitzer now comes down with it. $1:30 remaining. Another call. It should have been called. Elsie Sturgeon about 12 feet. Nothing but net. Count it for Elsie. Just pulled up in that jump shot. I'm not going to say she jumped real high, but she made the shot. Here's Pizzolo. Oh, nice pass. Gets it out there. And a three ball don't go. Elsie Sturgeon with a rebound. Kicks it out there to Kayla Jones. Bounce pass Laney underneath. Laney taps it up and in. That's an unselfish player there, Kayla Jones. She had felt the pressure coming and bounced past to Delaney, and up and in it goes. Pizzolo now. Oh, Kayla Jones, and they're going to get her. She kind of went over the back that time. That's going to be her second, team's third with 49 seconds remaining here. You almost get the feeling that these Lady Wolverines, they're up by a ton. They smell blood. But in doing so, you can't get too aggressive to get those fouls.
Yeah, and you can see head coach Chris Wise on the bench there saying, hey, gotta stay back.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Elsie went up for that jump ball, and she's going to get called with a foul. That's going to be her second.
Yep, team's fourth now.
Man, sets up an interesting 48 seconds here. If I'm Mohawk, I'm going right underneath the hoop trying to draw that fifth foul.
Yep. And you got a couple Wolverines now. Well, just with two. Elsie's with two, and Kayla Jones, who's
that works.
Oh. Shot don't go. Mango with the rebound. Tries to go straight up. Tapped out there. Delaney Sturgeon got a 2-on-1. Oh. She faked the bounce pass that time. She's got 18 in this first half. Pizzolo now. Goes it underneath there. Jaden Allwine there. The freshman makes that brick wall. And a shot off the back of him don't go. Puts it back up. And McKenna Stewart, number 5, gets the points. 13 seconds to go here for the Wolverines. 9 seconds. Caitlin Kreitzer now with the ball. Goes, baseline underneath, up and in. That was a good play by Caitlin. Not giving up on the play. And at the end of 2, it's 45 to 19. All Wolverines all the time in that second period of play. Outscoring them 24-6. What'd you say? You had a 16-2 run there at one point?
16-2 run. That was ended 16-4, and then you still finished 24-6. Wow, and I tell you what, Thad, I don't want to say it this way, but we may have seen the best first quarter ever in girls basketball against Washington. Dare we say it, this may have been the best offensive spurt in a first half by Ellwood City Lady Wolverines.
We'll take a break, but I know you're going to figure it out, Brad.
Yeah,
the shots are falling tonight for the Wolverines.
Yeah,
their shooting is going up very well.
Yeah, they were initially out-rebound to a certain degree. It was weird because the shots were falling. It was just defensively they weren't getting all the rebounds, but that quickly changed. You start making some three-pointers, making some easy buckets under the hoop, all of a sudden that glove gets kind of pushed around to all four girls.
Yes, it does. You got Delaney there with 18. Kayla, I don't see her on the board, but she's in that 14 to 16 mark.
14.
Caitlin's with 7. Elser was with 4. So, folks, you want to take a break, Brad?
Yep, we'll take a break here, and we'll come back here. It's halftime. Lady Wolverines up by 26. All right, folks, welcome back here. Halftime's down to about a minute and a half remaining here. Third quarter is up there. We'll put 8 minutes up there. The Lady Wolverines, great second quarter, 24-6, 45-19 overall in that first half. Great balance across the board. Caitlin Kreitzer doing it. She had 4 steals in that first half, forced a lot of things in her favor for easy points. She had 9 points in that first half, and more important, she also had 3 assists, and then on top of 2 blocks to go along with that. So great stat line for Caitlin Kreitzer. Delaney Sturgeon, what more can we say? That the size difference underneath, we said that the difference could be out front in the point guard position. So far it has in terms of turnovers, but Delaney Sturgeon's been doing the damage underneath and from the three-point line, 2 for 4. She's got 18, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and 2 steals, and all doing this again with just 1 foul, a team that has to keep the fouls down to a bare minimum. Kayla Jones, 14 points. She's got 3 assists and a rebound as well. And Elsie Sturgeon doing it underneath the hoop. She's got 4, but she's got 5 rebounds to go along with it. On the flip side, Magno with 4, Stewart with 6, Pizzola with 5, Harmon with 2, and Harmon as well with 2 points. And a crazy stat line. One of the best halves that we saw last year against Neshannock, it's right up there. And there is some
Delaney gets the inbound pass and takes it down and puts it up and in.
What caught me off guard is that was a misdirection. Mohawk thought the ball was going to the right instead of the left. Yeah, it was just one-on-one basically. What I was going with that, Ellwood City, 20 of 31 in that first half, 65% from the field.
If we can do that against Osh,
we
can do that against Beaver Falls, high off the glass, and who gets the rebound? Elsie Sturgeon this time. Kayla Jones now, head up. I like how she's dribbling, looking up the court. Dribbles down there, gets trapped in there, throws it back out to Caitlin Kreitzer. She wants on the 3 parade, doesn't quite get to go. Elsie Sturgeon battling in there. Who ends up with it? Lena Lucarelli, and off. Yeah, Lena just kind of got it, and as she was falling to the earth, she just tossed it out there, and it went off the hands of Gianna Pizzolo. We have 2 seniors on this Mohawk team. Young team. I do have to appreciate the hustle. Yeah, we're up 47-19, but and credit to Coach Bell and these girls. They're not giving up. Pass out there to Kayla Jones, a deep 3 off the side of the rim. Don't go. Who gives chase? Lena Lucarelli, but it's off her fingertips. Magno was there as well. We don't have the sizes. I think you alluded to it before, but
Magno's got to be 5'11", easily.
Yep, well, Delaney.
And Crawford as well.
Yep, almost stolen by Lucarelli, who gets the ball. Bounce pass underneath to Magno, puts it up, and don't go. Delaney Sturgeon with the rebound. Head up, she's dribbling. They got numbers 3-on-2. She loses the handle. Who ends up with it? Lena Lucarelli. Throws it out there to Kayla Jones, top of the key. Kayla now setting up an offense.
2-3 zone. That changes things up a little bit.
Great, sir. One to go underneath to Elsie Sturgeon. She's doubled up there. Now back out to Kayla Jones. All the way over to Lucarelli. Bounce around the horn to, off that. So she hit the ground hard. You heard it before you saw it. Kind of deal. Pizzolo puts it up and gets the easy bucket layup and in. Not necessarily an easy bucket. It was guarded there by Lena Lucarelli. Now a steal now as by Magno of Mohawk. Tries to put it up there. And nice defensive there. Stand by Elsie Sturgeon to negate that layup shot. So inbounded pass and a little too tall as Madeline Crawford was going for it, but over her head it goes.
And now we're going to get a full court pressure basically here from Mohawk. That 2-3 zone, that has been the kryptonite for the Lady Wolverines. When they go to a 2-3 zone, anybody that's playing them, it's tough inside.
Delaney passes the ball to herself, and she's fouled. The official, Mr. Kerr, said no shot. So a
Fouls
blocking
on
foul.
number 0 per second, team's first.
So now inbounding is the Wolverines. Bounce pass underneath to Delaney Sturgeon, turnaround jumper off the side of the rim, does not go. Kind of an awkward shot, and that ball is going to be thrown out of bounds. Credit Elsie Sturgeon that time for the pressure underneath, forcing that throw out of bounds. So now Delaney Sturgeon will be doing the inbounding and gets it into Kayla Jones. Lucarelli underneath to LC, turns around, jumps, puts it up, and rebound there by Madeline Crawford in the hands of Magno. Underneath to Stewart, puts it up and in.
Yeah, caught the Wolverines defense napping on that one.
Now Delaney Sturgeon, she's going to be fouled by Magno, and I believe that's going to be her third.
Second?
Oh, the second?
Oh, Magna.
Yeah,
it
this
is
is
her third.
Yeah.
I was
So
waiting for
she's
them
going
to
to
put
be
it up.
checking out as Jade Harmon's going to check in. Jade Harmon, the freshman. Elsie Sturgeon will be inbounding into the hands of Kreitzer. Now, Kayla Jones, launch up that three, why don't you?
For three!
Count it! It's good. Kayla Jones sitting there with 17 points. What, 3 3-pointers for her now?
Yep, 3 for 5 now.
Ball tipped around there, and who ends up one of the Mohawk Warriors into the hands of Jade Harmon. And was blocked. That was Delaney.
And I can say this,
Sturgeon.
Delaney's leading both teams with not only boys and girls in blocks. It's great to watch.
Is she really?
She is.
Okay. Some of her up there, and who ends up with it is Lena Lucarelli. Goes down, lost the handle, and picked up there. Ah, no! As Delaney Sturgeon trying to go for the ball, got all arm as McKenna Stewart was trying to dribble up. So that'll be the second on Delaney. And I forgot to say something, Brad. Mercy me. We got rolling clock here.
I'm glad you said it because I'm behind.
I didn't realize until I looked up and
It
saw
was
the
just
clock
a
rolling.
couple seconds that you were off.
So,
Yeah, big
Lena Lucarelli
three-pointers.
checked out, and Kara Kreitzer checked in.
Yeah, Kayla Jones now 4 for 6 from that three-point land.
And a steal there by Kara Kreitzer, passes it down there to Caitlin Kreitzer, doesn't get it to go. Elsie Sturgeon with the rebound, doesn't get it to go, and who ends up with it is number 2 who checked in, Ashley Masters. We're going to have a full timeout now, taken by the Warriors of Mohawk.
And we talked about it. It's a three-headed monster, and that's what it's been tonight. Give credit there. If you look up at that board, it's nice to see Delaney 20 points, Kayla 20 points, Caitlin with 9. I know that's a misleading 9 because she's got 4 assists, 2 blocks, 4 steals, a lot of movement there, and that is a nice scoreboard to look at. Blue and white always looks great, but when you see 20, 20, and 9, it makes it better.
It does. Delaney, I didn't realize this till tonight. You printed that off. Delaney's averaging 15.3 points a game. Kayla Jones at 13.1.
Yeah. And on top of it, the number of blocks is just continuing to go up at that list. When she's averaging 1.8 blocks, and with that number is going to go up. And I tell you what, the next closest, that is Caleb Cervic sitting there with 1.7. So it's great to say it, but when you're being compared to Caleb Cervic, nothing against him, the blocks are part of the game, and it has led to, well, a 30-point advantage here in favor of the Wolverines. So game reset here, rolling clock, 3:28, 53-23. And again, this is after the Wolverines had a 24-6 second quarter.
Now there's a bounce pass into Pizzolo. She puts it up, don't get it to go, and who ends up with it is Pizzolo. Dribbles around there. Bounce pass underneath, stolen by Delaney Sturgeon. Wolverines got numbers, 3-on-2. Puts it up, count it, it's good by Delaney Sturgeon. Oh, Kayla almost got the steal there as Stewart goes up. Another block by Delaney. Do you give her credit for that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And out of bounds
Yeah.
in favor of the Wolverines.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was touched out of bounds, so it goes back. So once again, the Lady Wolverines take over here, 2:40 mark. Rolling clock again, Mercy now up to 32 points.
Kayla Jones now with the ball, passes out there to Delaney. Throws over to cousin Elsie Sturgeon. At Kara Kreitzer, Caitlin Kreitzer this time cuts, puts it up, doesn't get the shot to go. Elsie Sturgeon going to call a jump ball, but a good hustle there by Elsie Sturgeon. Possession arrow is in favor of Mohawk. But that not quit attitude of Elsie Sturgeon. If you talk to Chris Wise, he'll be the one to tell you that.
Well, I was going to say, if official Kerr there, if Bob Kerr doesn't call that whistle, man, Elsie's putting it back up. So Warriors take back over here.
See,
Magno checked in. Yep.
And getting that play, Delaney had her fingers on it and all rolled around there as Magno usually for check back in. And who's the foul going to be on?
City, number 32,
Elsie. Now she's sitting there with 3 fouls. The team's second with a $1.29. Magno going to the line. First shot, nothing but net. It's good. They've not shot a lot of free throws tonight, but they're 3 for 3 so far. Is the Warriors. Second shot, short off the side of the rim, does not go. Rebound there by Delaney Sturgeon. Head up, bringing the ball up the court. A little shuffle move there. Almost got it stolen. Going to drive down there, loses it. Oh, going to call it travel. I think she wanted to drop it, rather shoot it or dish it off to her cousin Elsie Sturgeon, and took that one extra stutter step. Now Pozzolo brings it up the court. Met with resistance. 3 ball thrown up. Doesn't go. A nice rebound. Oh, they're going to get D. Sure sounded like ball to me. But
that would have been another ball.
I know. So she's got 3. Elsie's got 3. As Magno makes the first one. So Jaden Allwine going to check in for Delaney Sturgeon. Magno's second shot. She's 2 for 3, make it 3 for 4. 40 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play. Kayla Jones bounce pass to Elsie Sturgeon. Back to Kayla. Gonna need to get across the timeline, and they do. A nice pass there by Elsie to Caitlin. Puts it up, and she's gonna be fouled. As she went up for the shot, and that foul's gonna be on Madeline Crawford. Her first, team's third. So now Kreitzer, first shot is off the side of the rim, does not go. She's 2 for 3.
Into the game for Ellwood City, number 13, Kara Condell.
Kara Condell's checking in as Elsie Sturgeon's going to take a seat. Second shot does not fall for Kreitzer. Rebound by Magno, coming the other way with 26 seconds remaining. Magno underneath there. A little move. Loses his hand a little bit. Out to Pozzolo. Pozzolo. Now back out to Stewart. Stewart wanting to go underneath there. Yes, she does. Jaden Allwine putting up some nice defense as Crawford couldn't get the ball to fall. 4 seconds. Caitlin Kreitzer now. Bounce pass underneath to Kayla Jones. Puts it up and in. She's got 22. At the end of 3, it is 57 to 26.
Yeah, another good quarter there for the Wolverines. Only 12 points this time, but you held the Mohawk Warriors to just 7. So after that first quarter of 13 points, you're sitting there at Mohawk. Yeah, you're down by 8, but at least you're moving the ball and making shots and getting some points up on the board. Since then, you've only scored 13. You've only doubled your number from 13 through the other 2 quarters. So we'll go to the fourth quarter here. We'll take a timeout here. Wolverines up by 31. right, folks, welcome back here. Fourth quarter about ready to get underway. Lady Wolverines with the ball here to start off this fourth quarter. Again, a 30-point mercy roll into effect now, up by 31. Kreitzer into the corner to Kayla Jones again, shooting 4 for 6 from the three-point line. Starting to get hot, and at the right time of the season, because we're halfway mark. Back out here, just looking to run some clock here, some clearing, looking for that backdoor cut. Taking the three. Oh, looked good. Backside rebound by Crawford for Mohawk. She's now up to 7 rebounds. Gets trapped, though. Oh, it's going to be tipped around and somehow taken by the Lady Wolverines, and unfortunately,
I don't know.
Over and
Yeah,
back. They're
over
They
calling
called
that
it
Caitlin.
over and back. That was,
something.
yeah,
Something
that
else.
was a little rough. So I have a feeling if it wasn't a 31-point differential,
Yeah,
that might have been
that may have played a
Zola
factor.
now out there to Stewart. Trying to go underneath and tipped there by Lena Lucarelli. Delaney Sturgeon with the ball, puts it down, bounce pass. Caitlin Kreitzer up and in. It's good for Caitlin. She's in double digits now. Oh. So that's going to be a foul on Caitlin Kreitzer as Pizzolo was bringing up the court, and she just got to reach her arm in there. So first foul for Caitlin. Oh, nice pass going in there to put it up. Does not go. Delaney tosses it out of bounds. No. They're going to say Ellwood City
Okay.
ball. I thought when Delaney reached up there.
I thought the same too.
So Caitlin Kreitzer now bringing the ball up.
We do have replay. Moving on.
59 to 26. Underneath the Caitlin Kreitzer does not get it to go. Follows her shot. Gets the dribble, gets the rebound, and it's going to be stolen there. And Delaney's going to now get her 4th foul.
Delaney Sturgeon, her 4th, team 2nd.
Not sure what happened there, but she got called for the foul. There's Pizzolo down the baseline, kicks it out there to Magno for 3. Off the front of the rim, don't go. Delaney with the rebound. It's her and Magno. She got pushed, but don't count it. That time she does go to the line to shoot 2. It was looked like wide receivers and a cornerback.
That's
am I
not
right?
what I'm laughing about.
Okay.
That foul's on Magno. That's going to be her 4th, team's first.
So Delaney going to the line. It's the first time tonight. She makes the first one. She gets 23 points. Wholesale changes now for Mohawk. Oh.
So 2, 3, 4, 11, and 19. Or 15, excuse me.
Okay, all new changes, and Condell checks in. Delaney's second shot is good. So Kara Kreitzer, Jaden Allwine in there. We'll get you some names here for the underneath there to Masters. Masters launches it up there, doesn't go. Condell gets the rebound, now hands it to Kayla Jones. 61 to 26 in favor of the Wolverines. Kayla Jones into the hands of Delaney, fakes the 3. Kicks it out there to Condell. Condell, the freshman, dribbles out of there into the hands of Delaney Sturgeon. Delaney, throws it out there and goes out of bounds. I think she thought Jaden Allwine was going to keep coming. I think Jaden said, I want to go to the hoop. So inbounding now is Ashley Masters, a freshman, who just checked into the game. And there's number 11 out there, Olivia Hare. We've heard that name before in the Mohawk School District. Puts it up and in. A nice shot there. And Victoria Reardon. We know the Reardon name too from Mohawk. So Delaney now bounces out to Kara Kreitzer. Out to Kayla Jones. Fakes the 3. Head fake. Gets a nice block there by Jones. Delaney kicks it back out. Kara Kreitzer, nothing but net from the foul line. Jump shot.
Not her first time doing that.
It's Kara Kreitzer on the board. Dribbling around there into the hands of Masters. She launches it up, doesn't get it to go. Allwine with the rebound, and I think she's going to be fouled. And Avery McCandless, who had checked in.
Avery McCandless, her first, team second.
So Kayla Jones and Delaney Sturgeon check out of the game. As Caitlin Kreitzer checks back in along with Elsie Sturgeon. Delaney leaves with 24 points. Kayla Jones leaves with 22. Elsie Sturgeon now with the ball. Kicks it back out there to Caitlin Kreitzer. Kreitzer makes some resistance. Elsie Sturgeon one guard in. Condell. Now back out to Jaden Allwine. Allwine to Elsie Sturgeon. Underneath there to Caitlin Kreitzer. Puts it up, does not go. Gets her own. Nobody. Who gets the rebound? And a smart play there by Elsie Sturgeon just to put her hands on the ball. But possession arrow is in favor of the Mohawk Warriors. These teams will meet again here in a couple weeks. We'll have to travel to Mohawk and play them there. As Jade Harmon dribbles around, throws underneath there, and who ends up with it? Caitlin Kreitzer hands it to Caitlin Kreitzer. Kreitzer with the breakaway steal. She gets 2 points. She's got 13 on the night. Now Jade Harmon dribbles around there into the hands of Olivia Hare. Oh, with the block by Caitlin Kreitzer. She blocked it in the Condell. It goes out of bounds. We did not win the 50-50. But we'll try again.
What are you, 1 for 5,000?
Yeah,
okay.
Not many.
That's not bad.
It's not. Off the glass does not go. Elsie Sturgeon tried for the rebound. They're going to call jump ball. Minute to go here on this running clock. Possession arrow in favor of Ellwood City. It's an inbounds. Elsie Sturgeon now into the hands of Condell. Condell and Kara Kreitzer. Lena Lucarelli who checked back in. Now to Kreitzer. Trying to run some motion here. Condell all the way across court to Lucarelli. Lucarelli wants to go down that baseline. Loses the handle. Reardon gets the steal. Bringing up the court is Masters to Jade Harmon. Harmon sporting a knee brace out there. Now to Masters. Puts it up, and she's going to be fouled and going to go to the line for 2.
Foul on Ellwood City, number 1, Jaden Allwine, her first.
So Allwine gets the foul with 1.6 seconds remaining. The shot by Masters gets her on the scoring legend. Second shot forthcoming. And it's good. And with that inbound, that's going to be the ball game, folks. The Wolverines find themselves victorious 65-30 over the Mohawk Warriors. Big night for a lot of Wolverines. Delaney Sturgeon finishes the game with 24. Kayla Jones finishes with 22. And Kreitzer was sitting there about 15 or so, I want to think. So a nice section win for the Wolverines tonight.
Yeah, and we'll put that section standings back up there one last time here to talk about it. Unfortunately, we usually have JV to kind of talk about it a little bit, but no JV obviously for the season. But if you look at that standing, Mohawks loss here, I know that's a tough loss there for them, but with them beating and upsetting Stowe Rocks just 2 weeks ago, 39-37, that puts them in a driver's seat to kind of hold your own destiny with that upset. If they could pull off another one against the Rocks, there's a very good chance sitting there that Mohawk could be one of the 5 teams in the playoffs with a young team.
The 5 teams that are there.
Yeah. And on the flip side for Ellwood, this win here helps a lot because we expect them to make playoffs, and I think most people in the section would say the same thing. But when you're sitting there 1-2, you don't feel very accomplished on what you're doing. And tonight, again, back-to-back nights, 59-23 over Shenango. To follow that up and even better that score, 65-30. It makes you feel like you're starting to turn the corner just the slightest bit.
Well, I think the take-home from this game, and we knew coming in Mohawk was a young team, and we were, you still got to line up and play.
Yep.
But we could handle this. Ellwood City should be able to handle this team. I think if you're Coach Chris Wise, and I talked to him briefly at halftime, he's like, why can't we shoot like this every night?
Exactly.
Yeah, that shooting was really good. I know you'll have all the stats here.
Well,
and post them there later on.
And Thad, I don't want to open the book because I know we'll both talk to Chris at some point. What the open book is on Ellwood is they don't like the 2-3 zone. When you go in the 2-3 zone defensively, don't match up man-to-man. 2-3 zone, you pack it in. It makes them shoot from the outside. And if they miss that outside shot, they're not winning games. And tonight shows it. They made, Kayla Jones, 4 for 7, 2 for 4 for Delaney Sturgeon. Yeah, those aren't crazy numbers, but six times, that's 18 points.
18, yep.
That's big for you to come down to a 2 or 3 point game. You make 1 or 2 of those, all of a sudden that gets ballooned out of proportion. And with the victory, Ellwood City obviously improves to 2-2, and it's nice to be sitting here halfway through the season, a 6-4 ladies team and a 7-4 boys team. The boys are, listen, on paper tonight, Ellwood was the favorite. Tomorrow, it's 360.
Yep.
Ellwood will be the underdog, and if they would pull off any upset for that matter, even to be within 2 or 3 points, that's going to be very impressive. And I don't want to take a victory away from a loss, but you keep it respectful.
I think tomorrow night you're going to really see what the Ellwood City team is.
Yes.
Knowing
Mohawk's
going to
be Mohawk. Yep.
And, the expectations are high for Mohawk. So,
Yep.
folks, be back here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, JV. Pack this gym up, and if you can't make it here, be sure to log on. Ellwood City Wolverines, our YouTube channel. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those happy, fun things.
Yep.
Dakota, anything? Good Christmas.
Yes.
Good.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. So, with that, folks, on behalf of Dakota Marshall, Brad Windhorst, and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Good night, everybody.